So I am having one of those mornings where I cannot get my brain to let go of one concept. And I have been reading, I've been learning about plasma, I've been diving into consciousness, I've been doing readings, all of my normal things. So, like, I've been exposing my attention to so many things to work with, and it is absolutely looping on one thing. And when I pieced it together in my mind and like visually saw it as if it was alive, it was just kind of one of those, yeah, duh. And then the domino fell into place and things clicked, and like there's part of my brain that just went, yeah, duh. And then there's the other side of my brain that won't let it go. And I'm not exactly sure why. So, what I was thinking about this morning as I was visualizing consciousness, right? I was thinking about how there's both the thread and the tapestry, and how we oftentimes are clashing between the thread and the tapestry, right? Which is unity and individuation. How do you have a foot in both worlds? How do you be part of a collective and be an individual who isn't contained within their false narratives or programming or patterning that you don't want to participate in, that doesn't serve your value system? And I was doing a visual related to that. And I was thinking about Adam and Eve in the Bible, and the exchanging of the rib is actually talking about nuclear fission, where the neutron leaves, and you know, so we don't need to go into that either. But so then I started visualizing this thread, right? So like starting at myself, in my consciousness, there is an unbroken thread that goes from me to my organs, to my tissues, to my cells, to my prokaryotic cells, like the mitochondria, to the macromolecules, DNA, RNA, proteins, to the molecules, to the atom, to the electron, right? That is a continuous thread. At any one point in time, I am the compression point of all of those things. But it goes the other direction too, right? Because my little body, my conscious awareness right now is the compression point of everything in the hierarchy below me and above me. Because right now I am also a person in a community, a family, a circle of friends, a society, in an ecosystem on the surface of a planet, on a planet, among other critters, in orbiting bodies, in a solar system, in a larger galaxy, in a universe. But to describe me compresses all of that into one moment of awareness. And that doesn't just expand up or down, because all of this that is around me that I'm taking in, the car driving off across the street, any of you watching this, you know, anything coming into my field of awareness is getting compressed to this moment of awareness. So I am the black hole. That is why all things are magnetized to me, because I am the compression point. But then, because this is a system of polarity, no, it's good. So there's gonna be interruptions. Anyway, because this is a system that maintains balance, right? If I am the compression point and all things are coming to me into my field of awareness, Nothing exists outside of my field of awareness. So because I am the compression point, I am also the expansion point. I am also the supernova. Which actually means I'm kind of like a pulsar. Right? And so my mind is playing with all of these fun visuals and just going off like a rabid little squirrel raccoon in my brain going, yippee, this is fun. Right? Like visualizing the energy from the earth coming up from my feet and the energy of the universe coming down through my head and then poof out into the world like a pulsar. Right? Symbolically, subconsciously, all of this excitement is my subconscious going, yay, we got something, we understand something, we see it. And the logical conscious part of my brain is going, well, yeah, it's always been there, duh, that's not anything new or novel. Like, it's trying really, really hard and to make less of, to diminish it, to keep it fragmented and fractaled. So I don't really understand the gravity of what that means. Because if I am the compression point, then I can expand my awareness at any of those levels or places that I choose because they are all compressing within me. Anything that rises in my field of awareness. And I get to choose whether that is something that is going to cross over the event horizon or not, right? Like I get to choose what I gravitate in, and it is my field of awareness that is being conscious. So if it is something that I don't want in my field of awareness, I get to compress that too. Anyway, I get to make my attention very expensive is what that means, which means I control the impulses more because I know that I am pulling in everything. So I am making my attention, which is my outward expression. What I am pulling in has to fall into my attention, and what I give attention to is what I create and send back out. It's what I emit. Right? It's a cycle, it's a loop, it's pulls. And so I make my attention very expensive. If you're going to push, pull, or drag me, you got to come with something more than sparkly. Right? My squirrels are happy enough in their own little world of possibility, right? So make your attention very expensive because you are the black hole, but the black hole cannot emit what it doesn't take in. Are you seeing this? This is the loop. It's not anything new. It was just a different way to view it because I did view my consciousness as if I was the electron and then rising to the atom. I viewed my consciousness at those emergent levels with those emergent properties. And then I expanded it. And that was where the power came in. And then it's been a beautiful morning, and my imagination is just going nuts with it. Squirrels and raccoons in my brain love this shit. So they're going crazy, and I can't get the compression point out of my mind. Like, even just the word is looping, compression point, compression point. Like, it's trying to pull out more meaning out of it than it is because it wants to believe it's not that simple. That's what the little niggles in my brain try to do to undermine the truth. Is they try to pull it apart, or they try to say, oh, there's got to be more. It can't be that simple, right? Nuance is often the distortion. It really is that simple. We just want to bury it in all this other stuff so that we, again, that's the ego trying to seek its individuation. It's the unity versus the individual. It's both and. It's both and. You can shrink or expand your perspective to any of those levels at any point in time. You just need to reassure the ego that it is the compression point. It's picking and choosing. The ego needs a little encouragement sometimes. It has a hard time with simple because simple leaves little to be guessed at. And it always wants to find a way to win. So anyway, I'm thoroughly rambling. Like I said, I have also had lots of other things going on today. Like I got sick for a few days and I ran some, and they're just mild fevers, but I ran some fevers, and now I've got some restitching going on in my brain, I feel. So now I've got all of these ideas and downloads, and this was just one, and it was the smallest one of all of them. I was totally sitting here going, oh my gosh, I could turn this whole thing into a whole big concept. But if I started doing a video on it, I'd be talking forever, and but it was really good stuff, and I can't get off the compression point. So someone out there needs to know that they are the compression point. You exist at all of those levels. Your form, the reason it is so hard on our bodies is because this form is compressing all that is above it, right? It's kind of like trying to be at the bottom of the ocean, right? We are the compression point. And this body, this nervous system is trying to handle all of that the awareness is compressing into it, and it is trying to handle that and turn that into form, create that in the world around it. That is a lot in one little pivot point. So be gentle with yourself. Remind that ego it was built for this, and this is exactly what it is here to do, is to be the compression point and then find its way to express. Ego wants to work on the stuff coming in. It needs to work on the stuff going out. Anyway, I love you guys. I don't know why I'm so stuck on that. I think it's because it's thoroughly amusing to me. It's really, really fun to play with in visuals when you start imagining the field like that and then bouncing around the field. It's really a lot of fun. So I think that's really where my brain is going, is it's just having fun like a rabbit squirrel hopping from tree to tree in there. So I wanted to share, because if it's on my mind, it's probably there for somebody else too. So this is my funny little rabbit hole today. I hope that it gives you some fun little niggles in your mind too. Anyway, have a good day. I love you.